love reading. I'm a big bookworm. I'm reading The Hobbit now for the second time. I can cook a lot of Korean dishes now. I make really big batches of kimchi that make the house smell really bad when visitors come. I used to work at a clothing store for retail, at a store packaging bath towels. My most recent job before The Voice was a cupcake and coffee shop. Where I put out my first album when I believe I was 14, 15. It was really the learning album. I put it out with my sister Meg, and we didn't really know quite what we were doing, but I think if you listen to it, that's kind of the beauty of it. You can just tell that we love music.
What's the difference between your first album and your current one?
I think just how much I've learned, really, you know, from that big gap from my first album that I've ever done to my album that's out now called R.AGE. I've gotten to work with some of the best, most sought-after producers in the entire world. I've got to spend time with them. I've gotten them to look over my songs and say, you should do that, or do that for longer, change that. What if you take this lyric and just repeat it over here, or you don't really need that section. And I think that was one of the hardest things about becoming a songwriter, is I'd write a song and a great producer would come up to me and say, you don't really need this part, it doesn't need to be there. And I'd say, no, this is really special to me, but now, years later, listening to it, it sounds much more cohesive and it flows so much better without those sections that I clung to so much. And so sometimes you really do need almost an editor to come in with a different perspective and say, you know what, you don't need all this stuff. The message comes through so much more strong if you just say it as it is.
Okay, musicians usually start up bands with their friends, but what made you want to start up a band with your sister?
When I first started a band with my sister, she had started a band with her friends in high school, and I really wanted to sing with her, and she wouldn't let me because it was so uncool and I was her little sister. But I begged and begged and begged, and finally I told my mom. I ratted her out, and my mom went up to her and said, if you don't let her sing one song with you at this upcoming show, it was an arts festival for like 20 people, I'm gonna ground you. And so my sister let me sing just so she wouldn't be grounded, and that was our first time performing together.
What do you prefer, shoes or slippers?
Slippers.
Jeans or miniskirt?
Jeans.
MySpace or Facebook?
Facebook.
Cats or dogs?
Dogs.
Roses or tulips?
Tulips.
Robin Hood or Peter Pan?
Peter Pan.
Haagen-Dazs or Baskin-Robbins?
Haagen-Dazs.
So, what do you have to say for rising talents in the music industry in Malaysia?
I would like to say that they have to just practice performing as much as possible, because it's easy to get stuck with social media, just performing on your computer. I think it's very important to put yourself out there and practice performing under pressure.
Okay, thank you for your time.
Thank you very much.